What's going on, guys? We are in the chilly garage. It was, I think, 18 or 20 degrees this morning. Thank God for insulation and an insulated garage door. It's probably in the 50s in here, so it's not too bad. But I'm doing a video on probably the most asked question on the Dobyns Rods forum on Facebook. I think this question is asked 10 or 15 times a week, even in the summertime, even when fish are spawning. And the question is, what is the best jerkbait rod Dobyns makes? I think I've answered it 1,000 times. It is pretty much personal preference between two rods. This is my favorite one. It is the Dobyns Champion 704 CB. I've got it paired with a Daiwa Steez SV, carbon handle, tuned, bearings. I like the SV because it throws light jerkbaits like this 78 DD and smaller. And I typically throw the 100s and 110s on this rod. The nice thing is, a lot of times in the spring and the fall, it's really windy. The SV spool is very easy to control. You can cast pretty far with any of the jerkbaits in the wind, so that SV allows you to be a lot more versatile when throwing a jerkbait. I throw the 704C. A lot of guys like the 684 CB, just a little bit shorter. It's just personal preference. I like a little bit longer rod for making a little bit longer casts. I don't have an issue of smacking the side of the boat or the water. Again, it's personal preference. I've caught thousands of smallmouth on the 704 CBs, so this is my go-to for small jerkbaits, 100s, 110s. And then the second rod that I use for jerkbaits that I currently have set up for medium cranking is the 705 CB. These are both graphite ones. These are not the glass ones. The graphites are a little bit thinner, a little bit lighter, a little bit more sensitive blanks. Currently, I've got Daiwa Type R, TDZ Type R Plus, throwing a medium crankbait here. This is my just white bass and stuff we've been going out on the river and having some fun with. But this is the jerkbait rod that I will throw the 110 DDs, 100 DDs, 120s, the plus twos, plus ones, all that kind of stuff. I will throw on this rod. It's a little stiffer than the 704, but when you're throwing those deep jerkbaits, it seems to be a little bit easier to handle when ripping them in the water. 705, a lot of guys again like the 685. I just have a preference on the longer rods. I thought about getting a 684 just to have two jerkbait setups when we go north and when we start fishing here in these cold weather. The next couple days it's gonna be brutally cold, so it's pretty early for us. But these are the two jerkbait setups. I'm actually probably going to change reels. This is a 5-7-1. I typically like 6-3 or 7-1. So I'm going to go to possibly, I've got a couple reels in the shop that I'm going to switch over to. Or I'm going to switch over to my Steez SV. This is a 7-1, carbon handle, tuned, everything. This is an awesome reel. Again, it's got the SV G1 spool. Great versatility on it. It's on an XDC right now throwing swim baits. It is throwing the Exo Swim with the Omega Spartan head, screw lock, which I might be still throwing that, so I'm probably going to have to go dig a reel out of the shop and drop it on to that jerkbait rod. But those are the two setups. As you saw before, it's all the deep jerks, but these will be on that 705. It just handles a little bit nicer. 704 is awesome. That is my jerkbait rod. I know a lot of guys will throw a non-crankbait rod like a 702 or a 703. I just prefer that 704. Same with Gary Dobyns. That is his jerkbait rod as well, the 704, 705 CBs. And he's a jerkbait king. So other than that, I've got some other stuff coming in hopefully this week. I've been knocking out baits and reels. So smash that thumbs up, guys. Subscribe, bell, subscribe, thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. But those are the two jerkbait rods that everybody asks about on the Dobyns forum. It is the #1 asked question. So there you go. Maybe we'll just post this as a sticky. So we'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to go back inside because it's a little bit warmer and go warm up. Thanks, guys.